is about to begin.
Christ, wait first, share it for a while.
The Daly Fix is about to begin.
Christ, wait first, share it for a while.
The Daly Fix is about to begin.
Christ, wait first, share it for a while.
The Daly Fix is about to begin.
Christ, wait first, share it for a while.
The Daly Fix makes my image even worse than it is. And I'm already the biggest freak on earth. And you know it.
K Daly rocks! Make America Daly Fix again! Trump Daly!
John, what exactly got you to consider becoming a Republican?
Well, the Daly Fix podcast, of course, it's a no-brainer.
D-A-L-Y to the F-I-X. Party in the mix. 2-0-2-6. Get the rhythm, you can't resist the show. Everybody knows this is the Daly Fix.
It's the Daly Fix podcast, the most entertaining and most informative, truthful conservative streaming podcast in America. Post it, quote post it, share it out far and wide before we start the show. On air every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Everyone's down with Drax and DCK.
DC, I'm hooked on phonics.
K Daly with 40 years in the political arena, joined by Drax.
We're entering the Strait of Hormuz.
I am Doc Schwab.
And the real story behind the headlines. No spin, no scripts, just real talk on DC politics. And what matters to America first, patriots. Standing strong with President Trump and fighters like Ken Paxton. We're here to cut through the noise and deliver the truth. D-A-L-Y to the F-I-X. Party in the mix. 2-0-2-6. Get the rhythm. You can't resist the show. Everybody knows
This is the Daly Fix.
I don't love or fake news. I just want my daily.
The other shows ain't got nothing on Drax and K Daly. Not even close!
From the DC trenches, 40 years in the fight. K Daly battled the swamp, brought truth to the light. Hollywood in turn turned DC warrior queen. Now fixing the narrative on the live stream with Drax by her side. Satire sharp as steel, unfiltered, no scripts. This is how we heal.
Everybody knows everything's bigger in Texas. But big mistakes is not one of them. That's why we will not support James Tallarico. Voting for Ken Paxton is bigger winning for Texas.
Vote for Ken Paxton. A bigger and better future for Texas.
Daly Fix. Oh, Daly Fix. Oh, Daly. Oh, Daly Fix. The Daly Fix. Static in the wire, power in the vein. Plugging in the jack just to numb the brain. 010, yeah, the sequence is right. We're hunting for the signal in the dead of the night. The skylines glowing like a circuit board. I'm a data stream junkie looking for the chord. Forget the oxygen, give me the bass. I need the digital sweat dripping off my face.
8 o'clock on the East Coast, 5 o'clock where Bodie's cooking up some memes to make the liberals scream out on the West Coast. And that's right, it's time to get your news served up straight right here with me and DCK. That's right, look at DCK, got something special for you tonight. Oh my God, the comments are back. They fixed it. Wow.
The chat's back.
Wow. Thank goodness, man. I thought I was going to have to use my phone tonight. Apparently, I won't have to. A lot of people already rolling in. We got the Joker in the house who's also streaming over on YouTube. I'll get the Rumble fixed sooner or later. Bodie's in the house. Ashley, I see Ultra's in the house. Good to see you, Ultra. And of course, Coach Bill, the Thrill Elmore, is here, man. It's great to see you, Bill. You guys know your routine, right? That's right. Share it out far and wide to your friends, your team rooms, the infidels that might not like us. That's right, even the infidels. Quote it out. And I promise you, we will tiptoe through the tulips. We will walk backwards through the darkness. Hell, we'll grab the dog even and put it on a leash while we repost those quote posts. Drive them up to whatever timeline they left us out there on X. Put them in a cannon and blast them all the way out where? Over to Iran. We'll see if our friends in the stand want to lend us a hand if there's anything left of all their land. Right here tonight on the Daily Fix. It is TGIF Friday, man. And of course, the Fix is sponsored by our friends over at Community Notes. That's right. Wishing you a fantastic Friday night. Keeping X's timeline safe for a better tomorrow. Love those community notes. You know, they always warn us when it's AI. Wow.
You know, yeah, sure they do. Wonderful, Drax. It's a fantastic Friday.
It is a fantastic Friday. A lot of stuff going on out there. A lot. Did you hear about the lady? You know, you got the lady thing going on with her kid and the postmortem, all that stuff. But you also have a lot of stuff going on at different venues, you know, and community centers and meetings and all that stuff, man. I was down in Dearborn this past week. Wow, what an experience, Kay. It was a cult.
Yes, you were.
We'll be talking about that tonight because we haven't been back live since I was there, except on X Spaces. That was always fun to get out there. Always fun. But I'm so glad and I'm enamored that the chat's working tonight.
I'm thrilled the chat's working tonight. It's good to see you guys back.
Well, summer is almost drawing to a close, Kay.
Is it?
Yeah. I always say when September's here, that's about fall to me. But this guy and Fox News went out to the beach to talk to young people out there that are enjoying their summer and ask them a few questions. Let's take a look.
Who is Donald Trump's vice president?
Am I supposed to know this?
Couldn't tell you. Don't pay attention.
I couldn't tell you.
JD Vance.
Vice president. I don't know. J.K. Rowling.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Name the 3 branches of government.
I don't know why I chose to do this. Oh God, I'm bad with all this.
Congress and conservative.
Republican, Democrat,
Judicial, legislative.
executive. Give me a hint. I don't know.
Jewish?
This whole thing's off the rails. You're not going to be able to even air this.
What is the First Amendment of the Constitution?
I have no idea.
I'm allowing you to do it right now.
Oh, free will?
I got nothing.
Freedom of speech? I need help.
I need help. I need help.
What is the Second Amendment of the Constitution?
The right to vote? I don't know.
I have no idea.
You have 2 of them.
This is a trick question. I don't know.
Bear arms.
You packing?
The right to go places?
You need to get to go. I need to be able to get where you need to go.
How many Supreme Court justices are there?
20.
101.
Lower.
55.
13.
7.
Higher.
8.
9.
Name a justice.
What do you mean?
Amy
Winehouse.
Hey, they're out of school. They're having fun. They'll get back in there soon and get it done. I promise.
Right. Sure they will. Yeah.
Figure it out. Speaking of figuring it out, have you heard of these flock cameras people are arguing about?
Yes. Okay.
That's what I was looking for. I sounded like it was like community centers. You know, yeah, this is what happened at a city council meeting. People are angry about flock cameras. They think it's a violation of their rights, and it brought in this character. Check this out. Holy shit!
The Emperor is a fan of flock, and we must continue utilizing flock technologies so that we can follow and surveil the rebel scum as they move from playground to playground, from playground to pool, from pool to gymnasium, because we all know that the flock cameras are not only following the license plate readers, they are following children. They are following children in parks and gymnasiums, and we need this. I need this so I can stalk my ex-girlfriend.
Wow. Darth Vader taking his stance on flock cameras, saying they want them, they need them, so does Emperor Palpatine. What do you think, Kay? What is your stance on the flock camera, man? I mean,
well,
aren't we always being surveilled? I mean, they got these ones on the E-way down in Texas. I was pissed. I mean, you're flying down in Texas, they take pictures of your car and bill you.
yeah, that's called a toll road.
We don't do that up here in the north.
Yes, you do. Have you been to Jersey?
Have I been to the north, up here in Michigan, Kay? No, I went down to Detroit and back. There was nobody taking toll road and sending me a bill for driving down the...
That's Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Delaware. All of it is toll road city.
Apparently Wentmore knows what she's doing then, because we don't have that up here. Look it up somebody. Does Michigan even have a toll road? I think
Probably not.
We have an uprising.
You know, look, I understand that. If y'all think that flock cameras are the first time that they have surveilled, y'all would be wrong. It's much more complex than that. We have 19 intel agencies. I guarantee you that, it's not as simple as you think. The NSA has been tracking for decades.
Flock cameras don't give you tickets. So what are they? That's what people are asking. What are they doing? The flock camera. But if there's a murder on that block, they'd have a picture of it.
Wouldn't they, though?
Footage, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not worried about it.
The flock cameras, and then there's the data centers people are upset about. The data centers, but I heard data centers, the president says data centers good.
Well, yes. I mean, look, the only thing is, will in fact data centers take up the water in the area or cause energy bills to be higher? No.
I think we got to keep up though, because the other countries want data centers, and we can't let them surpass us in this war on the AI.
Well, yeah, but that's part of it. And look, frankly, a lot of the places that they're moving to, are coastline sort of oriented. Not Utah, but some are coastline oriented. They can deploy, particularly in places like Texas. There shouldn't be any water concerns there because they can do ROs, reverse osmosis, and just pull from the ocean.
Yeah,
and desalinate.
I heard that some of these centers are 3 miles long. 3 miles long.
Look, I know that folks are concerned about data centers. I get it. But at the same time, these companies are also bearing an awful lot of the costs. And, we'll have to see what kinds of regulations they need as they grow. But at the same time, I'm not as concerned.
Yeah,
moving technology forward is a good thing.
People are concerned down the road, though, what this could cause on their health, the stuff in the area.
Have you been to West Texas?
Well, the Aaron Brockovich situation happened with the water in the leather plant or whatever the hell that was.
Yes, that was a leather plant. That was
always there's always a good lawsuit at the end of the day, just in case. But we do need to let China beat us. Yeah, we can't let the Chinese people beat us.
I'm sure that the trial lawyers are chomping at the bit to get into court. But regardless, look, we do not want to be behind on technology.
No.
And that's part of the challenge. We're in a technological Cold War. It's not a hot war, but a Cold War with places like China, Russia.
Those. Like I said, the big concern would be they get into our infrastructure, into our water, or anything like that using this technology. That would be the major catastrophe for us.
Yeah, it would, but I think that they're doing as much as they possibly can. Look, quite frankly, it doesn't. It's not one of those things that's going to be the definitive issue for me.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I always think we're going to have better servers before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out.
I remember when I was going to UCSD in San Diego, and the only supercomputer, on this side of that side of the Mississippi was put in right next to UCSD. And all of a sudden, every technological firm you can imagine showed up. It pushed UCSD and the UC system light years ahead of almost any other location, surely in university. And it gave lots of opportunities for students to go work on a supercomputer to,
This will entitle jobs too. Somebody's got to keep up the data center.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
Bring jobs to the area. Rock on.
Absolutely.
So okay, next up we got this little bit. This is the mayor of Seattle.
Oh God.
Mayor of Seattle was out there doing the fix.
Midnight circus, heartbeat in the mix. Turn it on live. DJ Daly Fix. On the rhythm, can't resist the play. Just one more
Daily, she was catching a little flack for that.
She was catching.
Yeah, she's not doing it well either.
She wasn't doing the fix well at all.
No.
Those aren't the she got that wrong too. The mayor of Seattle, she's a liberal. What do you think they're going to do with that place finally? That's where poor Bodie lives out there. It's more to her, I mean, it's like they're king capitals.
I know. She's a piece of work, your mayor of Seattle. That's a piece of work. And she's failing miserably. Gosh, you hate to see it.
They got to learn to vote. Got to learn to replace them. Rock on. Continue to share it out far and wide. Tell them there's no place left to hide. I wish I could read my own writing these days, Kay. So the next one's up is about the Florida guy.
Mrs. Stephen A. Smith talking to Byron Donalds before he secured the nomination as the Republican nominee for the governor's mansion in Florida. Stephen A. Smith was interviewing Byron Donalds. I think it was like the night before the Florida primary.
Rock on.
Let me ask you this. When you think about right now, you're in the lead, everybody's looking at you, and they're saying that it appears inevitable that you're going to win the Republican nominee and ultimately the governorship, the gubernatorial seat for the state of Florida. Your thoughts right now on where you're sitting in this race for governor of Florida and why you believe you're there?
Well, first of all, I take nothing for granted. We've been in 62 of the 67 counties. We're doing 3 to 4 political events a day, not to mention all of the other events with small business leaders, pastors, nonprofit groups all across Florida. And so we've been taking this message of affordability, getting prices down in our state, but also keeping the Florida dream alive and well. What has made so many people desire to move to Florida, to keep that vision and that dream alive and well. It has gone incredibly well. We have great support all through the state. Obviously, the endorsement of President Trump, our former governor, current Senator Rick Scott, most of the members of the congressional delegation, 43 of our sheriffs in Florida support our campaign. But it's been about the people of Florida. And so, Stephen A., when I haven't been in Washington, D.C., I've been crisscrossing the state, talking to the people of Florida, and it has been resonating. Our poll numbers are very, very strong. But again, you take nothing for granted, even though we have a sizable polling lead. We've been all over Florida in a closing message, getting out the vote to earn that from the voters in our state. Last thing I'll add, we've knocked over.
All right, so you think he's got a good chance of taking Florida?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's slated to win. Shouldn't be a problem.
Slated to win the W down there in the big state of Florida. But they had a lot of people moving down there from New York. Can they just move down there and vote right away? Or
Well, when they register to vote there, sure.
wonder how that will go. I mean, most of these were Democrats in New York fleeing New York.
Registrations in Florida still for Republicans outnumbered Democrats.
Outstanding, right?
We just got to do our job.
Got to do your job. Get out there, knock on the doors, vote, vote, vote. Up next, we got your Dean Withers again. This kid. Now he's been under a lot of backlash or something. They're accusing him of stuff now as he accuses the president and as he defends the Muslim.
Yes, Dean Withers is a progressive Gen Zer influencer, and he's all upset because people are accusing him of SA. And gosh, karma's a bitch, because that's all he's been doing is calling the president a pedophile and a rapist and everything else. And it's not okay. But yeah, it's not okay, is it, Dean? It's not okay. Yes, it's not okay.
Every day that I go live, including in the chat on TikTok today, more people are creating more fake accounts, typing in my TikTok comment section, Dean raped me. Over the course of the last 24 hours, following the creation of this fake AI-generated Emily account that we've proven to be false with use of different means, I've probably been accused of raping now upwards of 400 people. And if you're in the TikTok stream and you look at the chat, every minute that number grows by about 5. This is my appeal to anybody with common sense and common decency. Don't do this. Not to me, not to anybody else. Intentionally peddling false allegations of rape is one of the worst things that one person could do to another. People have ended their lives over false allegations.
What do you think, David? He's finally getting a taste of his own medicine. Now he's calling everybody to stand down for him.
What a shame, isn't it? That he's experiencing what he's put the president through. You know, I agree with him that anyone with common decency
Wouldn't do that, yeah.
common sense wouldn't do it. You got to take your own advice, Dean.
Yeah, but he kind of brought this on himself. He went
Yes,
out
he did.
throwing a lot of shade out there. Then he defended the Muslim people. He's doing all that stuff. And then it's coming back to, the chickens come home to roost finally.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it?
That's what
Yeah.
happened.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it, Drax.
You hate to see it, man. And when he finally disappears, we're going to miss him so much.
I'm going to miss him.
All right, next up here, Drax's place this morning, the coffee shop. All we were talking about is the Clancy people.
Lindsay Clancy, the mother who is suffering apparently from postpartum so badly that she killed her 3 children.
Yeah, and now you got these women across the country sticking up for her. They're raising money.
Yeah.
$1 million yards. I think they're up to $1 million. Check out this pretty face.
Yeah.
Children's bodies, women's choice. Children's bodies, women's choice. Children's bodies.
You guys, I can't. I can't. Heather, love you. It's so upsetting. And I keep seeing her just sitting there and having to listen to all of this over and over again. She can't even pet their lobby.
What the hell is that, Dave? What in the hell is that? She can't pet their. And when she's talking about the toys that the lady wanted to bring into the courtroom so she could hold the kids' toys or some shit like that. Some of them are out there blaming the father now that he did it, even though this lady's confessed. Some are saying it was okay what she did to the kids because she had the postmortem depression.
Postpartum depression.
Postpartum, same difference. See, I don't have these kids. I wouldn't have these problems. I didn't leave my ex-life alone with a cat. All right.
Yeah, well, okay. Code Pink is behind a lot of this. Medea Benjamin, she's the one who's in trouble with Hassan Piker for supporting Cuba. So she's clearly trying to get out there and do things with her little organization. I find their chant interesting, don't you guys? Children's bodies, women's choice. Yeah. So that basically what they're saying clearly is that this is a very late term set of abortions, I gather. And of course, children's bodies, they are not sacrosanct when it comes to transing them now, are they?
Now, was she raising her kids or something? Was that going on there? Or was did this one just flip nuts?
What?
This woman, Clancy, I didn't read that. Was she transing her kids or anything that we know of?
Well,
how's that weird? Because it was weird enough for her to take what I've heard up to 47 medications.
Yeah, she was taking all kinds of medications, which I'm sure are contraindicated. I'm pretty sure some of them were SSRIs.
Right.
You know, regardless, yes, postpartum can be a problem.
Well, this
postpartum
morning,
psychosis.
Cassie described it as she got up feeling maybe she wouldn't be able to be a good parent, or she wanted to check to see if the kid was okay. That sounds like it to me, but not when you go in and just murder your kids.
That's every mother. There's not okay. Moms in the chat. Is there any mom in the chat that thinks you're doing a bang up job with your kids? There's not a look. You always question whether or not you're doing okay as a mother. Always. That's part of motherhood. You always question yourself. But postpartum psychosis is clearly what happened here. It's no excuse. and it's not a choice to, as a mother.
What do you think? You think she can get the insanity plea on this one? You know, because that's what they're going to go for, insanity, putting her. She'll do time no matter what. The difference is, will she do time in a prison sentence or in an asylum?
Well, I hope she gets the help that she needs, but at the same time, yeah, motherhood isn't for the.
And we were asking
It's not for those who are less than titanium spined. Let's put it that way.
What do you think? Should the father take some responsibility here in this
For
situation?
what?
For not noticing his wife at taking 47 pills? I heard he was off when it happened, getting a script refilled.
Of course he was. That's probably half of his job in life.
Yeah, or maybe he's taking it too. Who knows? But it's weird. And what, by same token, do you think maybe the doctors should be a little bit responsible here?
No, okay. Doctors, yeah, I'd love to see that more responsibility there. I mean, look, the fact that women have wanted to be equal in all of this has led to, unfortunately, an equality in medicine. And there is no equality in medicine. Women are different than men. We display different symptoms when there's heart attack or stroke. There's just different symptoms. Have they poo-pooed and, brushed aside some postpartum cases? Sure, absolutely. But one would think, after putting someone on that many medications, that's not the most responsible thing in the world to do. I doubt it's all an OBGYN who did that.
Yeah, you blame.
But at the same time, look, doctors already get sued into oblivion for things. And chances are good she might not have been 100% truthful with her doctor. Doctors get lied to as much as police officers.
And with all the confusion out there, with these people, the feminists are out there, the feminist movement, they're getting worried. Like this young lady here, I'm 25 years old and I refuse to repopulate in Trump's America.
Good. Excellent.
What a shame, guys. What a shame out there.
Darn, what we're missing. See, look, Ashley in the chat says, I was 20 when I became a mom. I thought I was doing everything wrong. I was 34 when I became a mom. I thought I was doing everything wrong. I was looking around at all these moms who are like, making amazing crafts out of toilet paper spindles and thinking I'm failing. I remember when I was first pregnant with young Patrick. I had literally a complete breakdown in Babies R Us, thinking if I chose the wrong car seat, my child would be somehow, failure for life.
Cool. You had a nervous breakdown over the car seat, but you didn't go, you know what? Because I can't choose car seat, I'm going to go take Patrick out.
No. Myself, this is scary. I don't know what I'm doing. If I choose the wrong car seat, it's a problem.
But you think the doctors would be like, you know what? You're nervous. You're having a little anxiety. Here's a little Xannies. Go home and.
No, you can't do that when you're pregnant.
They say no, not okay. So we were still pregnant when you were having that. I thought this was post.
Oh yeah.
I thought this was
full-on panic attack in the middle of Babies R Us. Luckily, I think they were used to it.
Mortem, okay, that's before mortem.
I know.
Wow, partum, whatever you want to call it. I keep calling it mortem. Who knows? Rock and roll. Crazy subject, crazy day. But everybody's still going to bitch anyway. They were doing it all day out there.
I know.
It happens. All right, rock and roll. Continue to share it out far and wide. Tell them there's no place left to hide. This past Tuesday, I went down there to the spooky world of Dearborn, Michigan. And this was a little. This is what happened before I went down there. I didn't even see this clip until today. So I want to show you. This is before the events of August 18th.
August 18th, I call all my Muslim brothers and sisters in Dearborn, as you all know what's going to happen on August 18th. Thousands of come. And I just want to say this. To all my Muslims in Dearborn, get ready to stay at home. Yeah, I'm just joking. Just stay at home. Don't fall for the rage bait. Let's not give them any attention. These people are not here for peace. So yeah, let's just show them what Dearborn's all about.
Oh, you got a sword. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, we got something better. We got something much better. Bring your sword. Not gonna work out well for you. This is why I tell Americans you gotta wake up. Because they tell you every day who they are and what they're about and what they're here to do. And you keep electing these people into office. Whether it's Ilhan Omar, whether it's Rashida Tlaib, whether it's Abdul El Sayed, whether it's Zohran Mamdani, they tell you every day who they are and you keep electing them into office, or you keep saying that, but it's not so bad. We can all coexist together. We can all live together. It simply isn't true. It's not true. And don't get me wrong, there are Muslims who just...
He's only speaking the truth, man. But, you know, okay, that guy said, hey, I got a sword. And just bring your sword. I didn't know it was a Renaissance festival. You sent me there with a media stick. I mean, yes, I get a call from Buck when I'm down there going, I kind of feel bad, Drax. I told you to go on down there. Why? They're allowed to open carry. It's an armed event. Kay's like, you got it, Drax. Here's your media stick. Be brave.
I didn't.
I didn't know they were bringing swords. I didn't know it was a medieval festival.
No, lies, slander, and calumny. I'm telling you, no. He's making this up, y'all.
She did. She said, you got to go down there. And you guys have heard her on X Spaces talking about her coalition. We need people on the ground. She said, Drax, go, or we're going to let you go. I said, no, I don't want to go. She goes, I gave you a media stick. Be brave.
Your Uncle Drax is losing it.
And then Bodhi says, it's not a media stick. It's a selfie stick. So Kay technically only gave me a selfie stick, but I'm calling it a media stick. So I feel better about myself and more protected. How do I feel more protected? I don't know. It was plastic anyway, but here we are.
Yeah.
Things got oh, there's the dog again. Things got a little heated down there when Jake Lane was there, man. And people were looking for him, this Jake Lane guy. I had one big Muslim guy stop me and says, you know where Jake Lane's at? I said, man, I never heard of him in my life, and kept walking. That's how you handle it in Detroit, Kay.
You're pretending to be a white man! Our Father who is in heaven! Look at these motherfuckers! Our Father who is in heaven! Hallowed be thy name. Go this way. Every day of her life. Jesus is our King! Free Palestine! Palestine, bitch! Free Palestine, bitch! Free Palestine, you stupid bitch! Get the fuck out, you stupid bitch!
They love him there in Dearborn. Wow. A lot of people were there to see Jake Lane. I seen his truck and all that stuff. Wow. And, you know, a lot of people showed up, but not enough people showed up.
Do not support Jake Lang's tactics. Look, I'm all for a great guerrilla marketing episode. That ain't it. He's mushing up the message, and it ain't positive.
Extreme views, but extreme.
It's not helpful. Look, I'm all for useful things. That's not useful, y'all. It's not useful in the least. Guerrilla marketing is great when it's deployed smartly, when it's thought out, but that ain't it. Quite frankly, I think a lot of people are not okay with it.
Not okay with the way he's handling it. But
No.
he's not doing it Charlie Kirk style, that's for sure. It's a little different.
Very different from Charlie.
A little different, Kay, a little different. Let's see what the President of the United States has to say about all those Muslim nonsense.
We've seen what happened when Europe opened their doors to jihad. Look at Paris. Look at London. They're no longer recognizable. And I'm going to get myself into a lot of trouble with the folks in Paris and the folks in London. But you know what? That's the fact. They are no longer recognizable. And we can't let that happen to our country. We have incredible culture, tradition. Nothing wrong with their culture, their tradition. Can't let that happen here, and I'll never let it happen to the United States of America.
You got the president on their side, but when you're down there, it's hard to find any place to hide. Dearborn, baby. It was, like I said, it wasn't what I expected. When you hear about the Dearborn, I kind of thought I was going into Gaza, you know, or something. But it was a nice.
Oh my God.
And everything's in Arabic, even the McDonald's menus. You know, when I was sitting there watching the signs change into Arabic, very strange, culture shock. But, you know, everything, like I said, it wasn't a bad city, like when it comes like, you know, a bad part of town or anything. Kept up real nice. And the neighborhoods weren't what I expected too. Nicer neighborhoods. They beat the shit out of Flint, Michigan. That's for sure, the way they're living.
I guess. Look, we don't need any more Dearborns, y'all. More than 200 elections have taken place since 2019 in which Muslims have won those elections.
Yeah, Dearborn's 55% Muslim population.
Yeah.
55% and growing.
What about the 45% that doesn't agree with them necessarily?
And a lot of them were there at the Henry Ford Library, you know, like saying they just want to go back to the way it was. You know, this is like being pushed on them. A lot of them have their homes. I'm sure a lot of these people are saying eventually we're going to move. You can't stay around that. I did not. I never, because the library was kind of on the outskirts of town. I didn't hear the evening call to prayer or nothing like that. But maybe next time. I don't know.
Oh gosh, so this could be a next time I'm going to be blamed for it too, huh?
Well, you and your media stick ideas. But I'll tell you what, this guy here went to as a crusader. He went up against the city council. A lot of people are doing that in Dearborn. Let's take a look.
You guys want to talk about how you're being honest and you're speaking from the heart. Not one of you people that come here and speak without a freaking script in your hands, word for word reading it. You got a mayor that tells an American citizen that he cannot be welcome in Dearborn, Michigan if he doesn't want a damn terrorist on the name of a street. You got members on the board over there laughing at American citizens when they're concerned about Sharia law and the Muslims that are telling us we're going to take over your city. We have Hassan Piker saying we're going to do things to your women. And we're saying, oh, this is peaceful? That you people came here to give us peace? You guys came here to conquer us. This is the Crusades all over again. You're going to think you're going to take this country without firing a shot? How about this? How about the American citizens say, no, you're not going to do this. That's right. We're going to stand up. We're going to tell you, everybody here, from felons to normal people, Bible thumpers, little grannies everywhere. Tell this Muslim invasion you're not going to happen in the United States of America, not while Christian crusaders are standing here blocking you. That's all I got to say.
God bless. A lot of passion from the people down there in Dearborn, man, wanting to stand up for their rights and keep their country.
I don't blame him. I mean, that's what it's going to take. What you did, going down and observing and filming, that's incredibly important. The story needs to get out. We don't need any more Dearborn Michigans. I understand Pleasanton, New Jersey has also been taken over. So.
Like we talked about this on X Spaces like a year ago.
Yeah.
It came and went. People talked about it and it disappeared. But I think more people are waking up to the fact that you can't afford to sleep anymore, and you're going to have to make a decision on what you want, because these people are here and they're going to. They tell you to your face, we're going to take over.
Yep, they do. There's no takia about it, which is the Muslims' command from the Quran to lie, if necessary, to infidels.
The police there. You asked me when I got back, and I told you, I said, well, the police didn't seem to welcome me at all, to anybody. But
I'm shocked.
This guy here captured them on camera, and then he was asking them, why were you letting them gather behind the police station? Let's take a look.
You guys let counter protesters stage in the back of the police department. Is there a reason why you guys let counter protesters stage in the back of the police department? Any comment? Hey, is there a reason why they let counter-protesters stage in the back? Why are counter-protesters staging in the back, coming out in groups? I did. Why did you have us come out front for them to stage out back? You guys asked us to, right? You guys directed the crowd, right? Yeah, good.
And that's how it was. The counter-protesters were in the back of the police station. When I was walking out, most of them were coming in. I got out there when the Tifa arrived with their little guns. But that's where it was happening, back behind the police station. I told you there was something off about them.
Of course, they probably all go to the same mosque. I mean, look, when you've had a takeover for a city, this is what happens. And folks have been sleeping on this. Time to wake up. Wakey, wakey.
Wakey. There's no other choice. It is here. And they're like I said, this is, people used to say it's like the Trojan horse. Well, we know it's here now. They have no problem.
Oh, yeah.
And the way they are with the Democratic Party is crazy, Kay. I mean, they just say, if they want to be gay, let them be gay. If they want to abort their kids, good, let them abort them. They'll support it because they want them to look like fools. They don't care, but they just want the vote. That's all they want.
Exactly. They're not, and the useful idiots who are supporting them, they'd be the first one lined up against the wall and eliminated. That's the way color revolutions go. So it's not just it's a red, green. I tell you.
I'll tell you what, man, it was a neat experience. Glad I went down there. Glad I actually seen it, because I had never been to one like that, anything like that. And wow.
Oh, your world's just going to be opening up, Drax, to all kinds of fun.
A lot of people, a lot of passion, but a lot of people showed up that looked like it was, it got rough down there. Nobody got hurt, thank God. But it did get rough.
I'm glad you left when you did. When folks started showing up strapped, that's when you exit stage right.
Yeah, I mean, my buddy was like, "You better get out of there." I said, "Yeah," and I think it was like 20 minutes after I left where the road closed down to where I was parked at back there. And I was more worried, like I said, that I knew they were staging back there, and I was like, "Damn, I just hope my car doesn't get destroyed parked back there."
And you're leading him right to where you're going. Anyways, okay, we had one clip at the very beginning with
Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk and Candace. Did we move it?
Yeah, no, I want to get back to that one because like I said, I
Oh,
told
okay.
you one. I said, but this one, next one up is about Charlie Kirk, and this is the one of the guys that's like a lead at TPUSA who said Candace.
Yes, Andrew Colvett, who took over a lot of the day to day at TPUSA. He reveals something, and this is after the Wilson Candace Owens debate. He reveals something very interesting the other day about something that Candace said 5 days after Charlie was assassinated.
All right, let's take a look. Continue to share it out far and wide. Tell the bastards there's no place left to hide because we got the receipts.
Hosted Charlie's show on that Monday after. So Charlie was killed on a Wednesday, and then JD hosted the show on the Monday. So I remember I flew back, landed in the airport, and I believe I was talking to Candace, and she said something that I've not publicly communicated yet, but basically it was that if the wrong people take over the organization, and she said this, I'll never forget it. She says, "I will burn down that organization. I swear to God."
And you mean Turning Point?
Turning Point. If the wrong people, and I just assumed because she was very obviously
there were
anti-Jewish.
rumors at this time, like it was
this is
chatter
5 days,
online.
6 days after, whatever it was. She said, "I'm going to burn down that organization. I swear to God." And I just thought she meant if the Jews take over, or something
Ben
like
Shapiro.
this.
Let's just say the name.
Ben
People were
Shapiro,
throwing
yeah.
out because Ben Shapiro had appeared on the show.
And
Some people ran with like Ben Shapiro has now taken over Turning
Well, he
Point
hadn't
USA.
appeared. I don't know if he had appeared on that. I think he was actually going to show up the next day on the Tuesday because it went JD, the Daily Wire guys, Glenn Beck, Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson that first week.
I don't think that you even know what you just said there and how much of a bombshell that is. Can you repeat that again?
Yeah.
Did you just say that Candace Owens told you that if the wrong people take over TPUSA, she's going to burn it to the ground?
Yeah, like 5 or 6 days after Charlie was killed.
And then what did you say?
And I
and how did
said,
she
I
reply?
told her because I knew that Charlie had told me multiple times, and I'll say 2, maybe 3 times I'd heard it. Then I was at Aspen when he repeated
and I'd
it.
said it was a miasma. This would come up in conversation, and everyone would say
We all just knew if something happened to Charlie that Erica would take over, but we didn't think that hard about it because we just kind of assumed Charlie was going to be with us for the next 56 years. But at that point, I told her before Erica, I think, is going to take over. And, she's very conservative. She's Christian. Like this is what Charlie wanted. The board was informed about this when Charlie was alive. Like this is what's going to happen. Like you don't have to go there. I remember because like a chill went down my spine. And I said, well, don't say that, Candace. Like Erica's going to take over. And you kind of heard her react like, oh, okay. Okay. Like it kind of
it takes
caught her off
on
guard.
it takes on a different meaning over time.
Yeah.
In
And
the
it's something-
moment, you felt
she's going to
it means
burn it
she's reassured.
to the ground.
She's going to burn it to the ground.
But now it gets back. A thing I've said is, I think the
You're
nature of
speculating,
this is
but-
a speculation on my part, and again, I don't know her. This is just kind of my read on her behavior, and I've been around a lot of people and in media and so on. I think Candace is narcissistic enough and kind of delusional enough. We mentioned we would do these campus tours where Charlie's west of the Mississippi, she's east of the Mississippi. I think Candace was able to tell her a story of, I was Charlie's equal. I was the other person who did campus events just like Charlie did. I am the natural successor or replacement to Charlie. And I think
that's what we've been saying, Jay.
Candace was up. You've been telling us that Candace was kept at bay because they knew she'd be trouble.
Yes, every single organization she's ever left has not been on the best of terms, whether it's PragerU, Daily Wire, TPUSA. The difference is Charlie worked the coalition like he should have, which is managing those folks who can be, how shall I put it, trouble.
Yeah.
By not burning the bridge, but by holding them at bay, sort of straight arming them. Like you played football, Drax. straight arming them,
all
just
the way.
keeping them in a place where they cannot do as much
She was
harm.
just looking for a reason to go off. She was just looking for a reason because she knew this was a money train for her to jump on.
Yep.
This
Oh
is
no, she thought she was the heir apparent, and yet she had not. No, no. The break was several years before his assassination.
a little picture I found in my newspaper this morning of Charlie Kirk, which tells a good message. Islam is the sword the left is using to slit the throat of America.
That's right.
A lot of truth in that statement. A lot of truth in that statement.
Very much so.
Late, great Charlie Kirk. Up next, we got MAGA losing the plot, Kay. Are they losing?
Well, okay, this is an interview with Michael Knowles from the Daily Wire and Chris Cuomo. And Chris cannot seem to understand the accusations that started flying about Natalie Harp, who is a cancer survivor, and she thanks Trump for her being in remission. And now she's the person who types everything onto Truth Social. She's with him all the time, and they made the nastiest comments saying that there's something untoward going on between Natalie and the president. Nothing could be further from the truth. Anybody who has seen this young woman and her professionalism and the way she works, no. And why is it always the case that that's where they go? Why? I mean, but Chris Cuomo has no understanding of why that's so offensive.
Critical thinker here who supports this administration and make the case that MAGA hasn't lost the plot, okay? This is MAGA influencer Michael Knowles. Welcomed back to the show. Good to see you once again, sir. Thank you for taking the opportunity.
Good to see you, Chris. Thank you for having me.
So let's kind of, I don't know, do it in reverse order. Help me understand, Jennings, O'Reilly, anybody getting upset about what Senator Ossoff said about Natalie Harp and the president in the plane. Like, help me understand how they can be outraged.
Sure. Senator Ossoff insinuated that a random White House staffer was sleeping with her boss simply because she was doing her job and is a pretty woman. That is an outrageous claim to make. There is no basis for it whatsoever. It would be nasty to do to a public figure. To do it to a random staffer just because she happens to be a woman who is an assistant to the president, I think is really disgusting. Yes, obviously President Trump, all sorts of tough rhetoric, and he makes fun of Rosie O'Donnell and all the rest of it. But
Tough rhetoric.
He does use tough rhetoric.
Tough rhetoric
yes,
is what he does.
I don't
but
think
this isn't tough rhetoric.
Yeah, I don't. No, I think what John Ossoff is doing is he's calling a White House staffer a whore based on nothing. Oh. That is disgusting and should be condemned by both parties.
What if he actually just said she's a pig? Maybe if he called her Piggy. Or if he said, Natalie Harp, shut up, Piggy. Would that bother you?
Well, I think that calling a political opponent sort of fat or something is a mean thing to do, and Trump uses tough rhetoric. But to call a random private staffer to insinuate that she's sleeping with her boss, that's crazy.
Michael, how come it's mean, it's disgusting, and then you say, but Trump is tough rhetoric. He is the most juvenile, disrespectful, rude president in public about and to females than you and I have ever observed in our lives. That's not tough rhetoric. Tough rhetoric is what you and I are doing. You don't think it's quite true? He called a reporter Piggy. He just told another one to shut up. He tells them that they're terrible people. He said this stuff about Megyn Kelly having blood coming out of whatever. You know the whole litany. I could go on with over a dozen. You never said anything. Now you're offended.
Chris, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that President Trump plays by the Marquess of Queensberry rules or that he's very clubbable, but clearly there's a distinction, as you just made, between public figures making fun of Hillary Clinton or even a news anchor or a reporter.
She is a public.
All right, Daly Cuomo saying President Trump is the meanest president ever. He's inappropriate. But
I don't want someone sitting at the Resolute desk who's not an asshole. Let's be real.
Yeah, we tried it. It don't work. We tried it for years. No. This is working out much better. This is working much better.
No, I mean, look, he's pushing back on all kinds of folks who have been dragging us for years. It's about time they feel like what it's like to get dragged as well.
Yeah, and by the highest office in the land.
Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me. But this girl, Natalie Harp, is very, very, very capable. She does all, the Truth Social posting, all of that, all of it. And she literally was stage 4 cancer, and she's very thankful to the president for being helpful to her. When she needed some experimental medication, which saved her life. And so she is absolutely devoted to him, absolutely loyal, and that doesn't mean that she's sleeping with him. But this is what happens in Washington if you're an attractive female.
Move to Buford said, she's beautiful, which is all we need to know, and that's why they hate her. That's why the Democrats hate her. It's probably true.
No, it's true. I mean, look, any attractive female in Washington, you hear this all the time. That's how she must have gotten her job. No, it's not how you get your job necessarily as an attractive female. Sometimes you're actually competent as well. What do you know?
Work, you got the job. But they try to tear down anybody.
Oh, of course. What was that we just heard from Dean Withers about? Why would you accuse someone?
They do it all the time. All right, moving on through here. Okay, this is our food segment here for the Fix. Let's take a look. This is called Food for Thought. Food for thought to see if any of you guys can put in what the hell was it?
We need Chef Tucker.
Is that snake or something, or some kind of tongue of a lizard? Who knows what they had there?
Who knows?
I would have ordered the sweet and sour chicken. That's what I would have ordered. Stayed away from that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, we need to get Chef Tucker in here to, have these little food segments of yours.
What it was. I couldn't figure out what the hell that was. I thought maybe it was snake. Look, Lisa, it looks nasty. It does look nasty. But hey,
it does. It does.
At the end of the day, it's protein. It feeds you. It feeds them. It must be their, the way they like it, or their delicacy maybe for them people.
Oh, you got to see some of these Asian markets, open air markets. Wow, they eat strange things over there.
I don't think that was sesame chicken. I don't think so.
No.
But good stab at that, Ashley. Good job. All right, moving forward. Tallarico. Okay, you sent this in right before we went on there. This is a new ad for Ken.
Yes, it is.
Take a look.
But some things are more important than perfectly fair competition in sports.
I love, and I'm just saying this because it's on my mind, the trans children.
Defending trans Texas is something we have to do every day at the state capitol.
And a special place in my heart for LGBTQ.
Far-right conspiracy theories about trans children causing problems on sports teams.
Modern science obviously recognizes that there are many more than 2 biological sexes. In fact, there are 6.
To the trans kids watching at home, I just want to say, I love you.
How much of a voting block is the trans in Texas, man? Because he's really going after them.
It's not outside of Austin. Look, that's a great ad. It takes aim at the heart of the matter. Is he representing Austin only, or is he representing Texas? Because that's not Texas. And he has sort of this unhealthy obsession with children in particular who they're trying to trans. Nah. That's a whole lot of nah. So it's a great new ad. Look, you guys have got to understand the polling that's going on right now. I'm fine with where the polling numbers are showing right now, because you do not want overconfidence. You don't want to peak too early. None of that. But do not believe for a minute those polls necessarily, boys and girls. There's a whole bunch of pollsters right now who are literally shutting down shop because they have faked their results. Okay, that's one. Two, understand that polling in midterms and in primaries is notoriously wonky. It's really tough to get any kind of hold on real numbers. So keep your head down and just keep doing what you need to do. Keep doing your job, and focus on election day, early vote, all that. Let's get out the vote. There's going to be money coming into Texas. There's going to be money, in this race. So just keep the focus. Do not be distracted. Do not be demotivated. Doesn't mean a damn thing. It ain't over till the fat lady sings, and she ain't warming up yet.
Gotta wait for the fat lady to sing. Speaking of them to sing, we know we're having a lot of problems out there glitching and all that other stuff. EV Mux is just finally getting back around from the solar flare attack. So you guys hang tight with us, and I'll try to keep always adjusting it, watching it out of the corner of my eye. So up next, we got somebody's going to talk about this Tallarico guy. This is Sean Spicer.
Yeah, Sean Spicer and Dan Turrentine. We had Dan Turrentine on the show. I'm hoping to get Sean on soon. They actually have a really, really good point in this video. It is not really widely discussed at all, but this is some of the machinations and some of the calculations that go in behind the scenes at a campaign, and you can watch for it.
James Tallarico, the soy boy and Democratic candidate, is leading in the averages of polls by 1.2%. And a Fox News poll recently came out showing him 51-48, although in fairness, it was of registered voters, not likely voters, on every one of the forecasting models. Nate Silver, Split Ticket, Polymarket, DDHQ, 50+1. They've all got Tallarico ahead.
You know, Sean, this is one I'm so fascinated by because for everything you just said, I always look at follow the money. And even though the candidate, James Tallarico, is raising a lot of money, and now the candidate, Ken Paxton, is kind of caught up after a tough primary, the outside groups are not coming in on the Democratic side to start reserving ad time, even a little flirtation. And I think that's because you're either all in that state, and it's probably $100 million or $80 million, or you're not. And I think the fact that so many Democrats, when you talk to them in Washington, D.C., the people who truly have control of purse strings, they're so hesitant because if we come up short and we spend $80 million in Texas, where it feels like, Lucy with the football a little bit here, and we didn't, let's say we came up 5,000 votes short in Iowa, where $80 million, $8 million is a massive investment. I just think this is one where the Trump money machine, the pot of money sitting out there is in Democrats' head, that we can't really take long shots. But as you say, the data is indicating Tallarico at best has a chance, at worst has a chance. And at best, he may be slightly up.
Look, if we on the Republican side started spending money for Paxton, I think that would be a huge tell. We know he's in trouble, right?
And that's it. And I think both sides are looking at the other to say, okay, you and I have discussed perhaps a late surge, right? You just kind of hold to the last minute, and then kind of unleash it. Yeah, but look, here's the other thing, Sean. There are 4 House races in that Rio Grande Valley that Democrats think they may pick up 2 or 3. The DCCC is on the ground, is spending money, and it may be that they're kind of monitoring, through allies to see, okay, can we make that late?
That is Michigan down there. This Tallarico
could be doing pretty good right now.
Okay, I wouldn't believe or put a lot of stock in the poll numbers, but I'd rather have that go out to folks who are not as politically savvy, who will then work harder to get the right result. Ken Paxton is United States Senator from the great state of Texas. Now, I totally agree that when you don't see reserved ad buys from outside groups, they're not willing. Remember, it's 254 counties, 32 media markets, something like that. It may have shifted around a bit, but you're talking about a hell of an expense that it's a big old maybe for them, a big old maybe.
Where do
And
you talk to
there's going to be
some?
money dropping in, though, thanks to Trump and thanks to this midterm convention in early September. But there's going to be a whole lot of money dropping into Texas from our side. So,
Pete, you talk to some of Paxton's people. What are they thinking right now with their chances with this Tallarico?
nose to the grindstone. Nose to the grindstone. Assume you're 10, 15 points behind until,
Always.
the last vote's counted. Always.
Always. Speaking of 10, 15 points behind, oh my God. We talked
Oh,
about
gosh.
going back, Harry and Meghan returning to the UK after a failure to take the colonies.
I'm so sad. Gosh, how we're going to miss them.
Oh, I've always enjoyed these two kids. I mean,
Yeah.
she made the queen pull her hair out, but rest in
I
peace.
did find out
Long time.
that they're not going to be living on, Buckingham Palace property, near
no.
Windsor Castle. They have to get their own place.
They're not going to have a castle. They got to get like an apartment.
Yep, guess so.
Well, you'll work your way back up, guys. Hope you can toe the rope when you're older. Wow. Okay.
And no royal duties.
No royal duties. All right. This guy was back in the news. Check this out, made by Jeff Memes out there, my buddy on it.
Can't resist the play. Just one more.
Get there, Swallow. Get your mind out of the gutter. I wasn't playing the old footage we had of him. My dear Lord. Wow. Okay. This is the guy that the Democrats just pulled up stake and left in the dust and moved their whole camp down road from him. And now he's back in the news, and the FBI raided his home, took his servers and everything. Why didn't they do that before? I mean, you think by now he would have went home and said, I got to go through these and get this thing out, right.
They're building the case slowly but surely. Plus, they can also tell when things have been messed with on a computer, on a server, all of that. Do not underestimate the FBI's abilities to do that. And yeah, you think it's erased? No, it's not. Look, all of these impeachment types, all these J6 committee types, it's funny, they've all lost, haven't they? With the exception of Stacey Plaskett, who's my delegate down here in the Virgin Islands, who's about to become the governor of the Virgin Islands. God help us. Yeah, was awfully tight with Epstein. But it doesn't seem to be stopping her whatsoever because we have 95% Democratic voting strength down here.
There's no way you can turn that around, Kay. You should have ran down.
Oh, come on. No.
That would have been the life. Wow. No. Absolutely not. But all these folks who were impeachment managers and all that, a lot of them have lost. Well, you said she had some Epstein connection there?
Oh, God, yeah. She was his lawyer. He donated to her. Oh, yeah. She was all mixed up with, Epstein.
And apparently they just don't care.
No, they don't. They don't care down here at all.
Care down there. All right, up next we got these Bunny Johnson. He's talking about the libtards regretting all this nonsense.
Yes, this is interesting. This is a guy from a food pantry, okay, who is very upset at the demands some of our latest visitors are demanding upon them. You progressive types, you run into that pesky law of unintended consequences all the dang time.
All the time.
Eventually, privileged and entitled libs are going to realize what they've done by bringing in privileged and entitled third worlders here, and they're going to start getting annoyed. The fatigue is real. This clearly very progressive food pantry worker says he can't stand it because Muslims have discovered his food pantry and he's just here to help out Americans, and they're coming in with all of these demands. They won't take his food unless it's halal, unless there's no pork, unless there's all these list of rules to get their free food. Check it out.
Listen, I'm all for people having a better life, but when you start demanding, like if your religion prohibits you from eating whatever it is that you eat, that's your problem. That's not a us American problem. Like, I worked at a pantry, and we also gave a free lunch, a free meal. And we had to be deciphering between pork and non-pork, and they wanted halal. Like, at the end of the day, we're giving you a free meal. At the end of the day, you chose to come here. You know our way of life. So it's either assimilate or leave. Because at the end of the day, again, if you came here for a good life, that's fine. Good for you. But don't start demanding. If you have dietary restrictions, then you cook in your house. Or you stay wherever you're from. Sorry. Not with it.
All right, not really. See, now he wants to talk about piecemeal with them. Now he realizes they're involving in disrupting his day to day.
Yeah, isn't that a shame? Again, law of unintended consequences ran head on into it, didn't you, buddy?
Oh, yeah, because now they're interrupting his day to day. It's no, that ain't the way to go.
Right? Kind of crazy, huh? Right, Leo? Kind of crazy.
Warn them and you warn them. Continue to share it out far and wide. You know the routine, people. Up next, we had a problem with potential terror plot thwarted.
Yes. Okay. This happened in Albany, New York, the capital of the great state of New York. An ISIS-inspired terror plot, apparently, to blow up the state legislature, the Capitol in Albany, was thwarted.
Take care. Thank you. Well, breaking moments ago, the FBI says it disrupted a potential ISIS-inspired terror plot in New York. The agency tells Fox they've arrested a 35-year-old Albany woman accused of plotting to bomb the state capitol and kill lawmakers. According to a criminal complaint, Jessica Bowie pledged allegiance to ISIS and allegedly planned to hide a bomb inside a DoorDash bag, hoping to strike while state senators were meeting. Governor Kathy Hochul expected to speak next hour, where we could get more information about all of it.
Well, they shut that shit down, no exception. Right?
I know. I mean, look, it goes to show you that they're here, they're plotting. Keep your head on a swivel, okay? This is for real. We let in millions and millions and millions of unknown folks.
Yeah.
Who knows who this chick is who wanted to blow up the Albany State Capitol?
These people, and yeah, like Nola says, terrorists. Some of them are terrorists. We have to.
Yes.
We have to watch our six all the time.
When you let in a bunch of military-age males there, Drax, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah. Are they going to get employed, go to work, pay their taxes?
No, that's not their point.
Oh, God. All right, Kate, up next, we got Porch Pirates, one of our favorite things.
Oh,
I love Porch Pirates.
love this. Yeah. I could watch this all day. I think it's great. I want to know how to rig a box like this. I really do. Because
some of these Porch Pirates, some of these are starting to look like small pipe bombs going off on these people.
It cracks me up. But at first, Drax, there's a mom who shows up who's all upset that her son got covered in paint.
It even demands an outfit.
Look at my boy! He's covered head to toe. This yellow stuff won't come off. It's dripping everywhere. Who puts a paint trap in a box? Do you think this is funny? You owe us an apology and a new outfit for him.
Better luck next time.
Better luck next time. Wow, Porch Pirates, man. I think it's great though. They're getting, it's like a mini pipe bomb in there for the people.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I need to know how to rig boxes, y'all. Somebody tell me how to rig a box. I think that's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. I can watch that for hours.
I mean, it seems like they're getting louder and more paint in them coming out. The one guy screamed, "My eyes!"
I agree, Bodie. I love how mad they get. They deserve that and more. I think it's wonderful. But they're the ones who seem also incensed. How could you do that? Well, how could you try and
You should have
steal?
won. Steve was a smart ass. She took the box and yelled something to the door cam, like, better luck next time.
I know.
Wow. What we could have used in the hood 20 years ago. Thanks to the power of the internet. Moving forward, what we have here, Pete steps in something. Pete.
Oh, Pete Hegseth.
Pete Hegseth. Yeah, he pissed off everybody. Let's take a look.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth went to Iowa to campaign. He was at the Iowa State Fair Monday, and he used a slur against trans people. Take a listen.
We need guys like this man right here having our back in Congress as we get rid of DEI at the Defense Department. At the Department of War, we do training, not trannies. The only focus of our department, colorblind, gender neutral, based. That's it. We want the best.
I mean, first of all, I'm still just not going to get over the fact of seeing like a current Secretary of Defense campaigning for somebody. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
Correct. I mean, to your point, Jake, it's not unusual for cabinet secretaries to campaign for candidates, but when it comes to members of the national security team, especially the Secretary of the War, Secretary of DOD, you do not typically see those people out there campaigning. First of all, we are at war, so he should be focused on that in Washington, D.C., a war that Trump started. But secondly, no, you don't see that. Look, I will also this, Jake.
I don't want to listen to CNN. Let's see what they got to say. So he said it. Now they're melting down.
Yeah, they're melting down because he dared to say what is a transphobic slur, according to them. Okay, I don't care what the high priests and priestesses of political correctness have to say about language. I really don't. I honestly don't. There's a little thing called the First Amendment, politically protected speech, all of that. But, you know, yes, she was correct at first when she said it's not unusual to have surrogates go out, cabinet secretaries, all of that. Don't care, okay? The fact that they're in the middle of a conflict with Iran, who cares? We're always in a conflict, all right? So what? That doesn't preclude him from going out and doing some campaigning for a candidate. So what? That's happened before.
I don't know him personally. Do you think he regrets saying that line? Like, because
No.
he's back, or he's just saying it like it is? Because it is like it is.
Yeah, like it is. So what? Trannies. Come after me.
Not Biden's military anymore. He's putting that message out there.
No, and it's not politically correct BS.
Yeah, like it always was, man. Well, anyway, I'm sure he'll survive it. He's well liked by the country. Speaking of well liked by the country, President Trump today, wow, back in his element, man. The builder and doing what he does best. Let's take a look.
These great classical buildings, they're taken out of different parts of the world, glamorous times. This is Rome. They like the flat roof. Greece likes they call it the triangles, and you see that. This is a porch that looks out over the city. Also, it's developed in such a way that we can have military there, but the entire roof is developed for military. They're very high. They're higher than just about anything else. They have a 360-degree vision of Washington, D.C. They have a massive drone capacity. Not only is it drone-proof, if a drone hits it, it bounces off. It won't have any impact. But it's also meant as a drone port, so it protects all of Washington, the roof of the building. Okay? Now,
the architect in chief back in his element out there.
What great explanations, though. This is what it was in Greece and Rome, and this is going to be ours, protected from drone.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, for a long time, we've needed that ballroom. Anybody who's ever been to an event in the East Room, a state dinner, all of that, it's tiny. It's small. Okay. And quite frankly, no. We've needed it for a while. There isn't a president who has not done some kind of a building project there. But this time we have a builder there. And the Supreme Court has given its blessing saying it's okay.
I know. We're all looking forward to the Monica Lewinsky Ballroom. It's going to be beautiful. Will you go there with Jack?
It's not going to be the My people told me it will be the Monica Lewinsky Ballroom in her honor. No, sorry. We don't use our interns as humidors, Drax.
You gotta go there, Kay, on the poor girl. Wow.
No, we don't. But look, the fact that it has all of these systems that will, basically stop drones, all of that, I think it's great. I think it's awesome. And look, if before they had to put up tents on the lawn for visiting dignitaries, your heels sink into the ground. I mean, even if you're there for any other event, if you've been on the lawn of the White House, I'm telling you, it is a swamp. Your heels sink, boom, right into the ground. It's horrifying. It's horrible. And having dignitaries use porta potties, no. That's not a good look for us. So I'm very, very, very glad that they are, they're doing it right, aren't they, buddy? They're doing it right.
Wow. We even got Lisa down there, right, Kay? Agreeing with you about poor Monica. Impeachment. Monica Lewinsky story. Check it out. Great show. All right, man. Yeah. Make you respect her a little bit more. Come on, Kay. She gave it all she could.
No, that was okay. That was a great
She
show.
gave it all she could.
I talked to my friend Lucienne Goldberg before she passed, and about this whole, about the Monica Lewinsky show that was documentary show, whatever, historical drama. And I asked her, were you upset about the way you were portrayed in it? Because Lucienne Goldberg was the one who convinced Linda Tripp to actually record Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah,
Okay?
the little book lady.
I loved her. She was such a broad.
She's the one that told me to tape the conversations in the first place.
Yes, exactly. And she said, no, I wasn't upset. Well, okay, maybe one thing. And I said, what? She said, I don't have a princess phone. They had me talking on a princess phone.
On a princess phone. Yeah.
You wanted a princess phone. I was like, that's the only thing you're upset.
But she told Linda to tape it, but she didn't tell her, she's like, hell, I don't know what the laws are between state to state.
No, I mean, look, Lucienne was a source of amazing information. She knew everything that was going on anywhere. She was the definition of a New York broad. I loved her.
According to Judge Starr, Monica was a good source of information.
Yes, in more ways than one.
Started at Whitewater and landed with Lewinsky.
I know. She became a verb.
But a great show, though, Impeachment. Monica Lewinsky. Check it out. All right, moving on through it. Let's see here. We got Hannity touches on AOC and Taiwan, the situation with that. Paper, and I thought we better cover it, man. AOC's looking great, as always.
Wow. Even worse than Hillary, though, radical squad leader AOC simply could not answer basic questions about global affairs. This is about so this issue of Taiwan came up last night. And I know people have made a big deal about it. And I'm like, I wonder how many people around the country, if I gave them a map, could pick out Taiwan. I don't think many. And not just I mean, the whole country, never mind South Carolina.
All right. Hannity insults us all, but don't worry, I Googled it. There we go, people, for all of us who didn't know. It's this little scrap island right here offside of China.
Yes. And China's been eyeing Taiwan for quite some time. Look, Darlene Graham, who is Lindsey Graham's little sister, now Senator Darlene Graham, running for, I guess, election, not re-election, since she's never been elected. I don't know why people expect, people like Erica Kirk to be Charlie or expect Darlene to be Lindsey. She's not going to be Lindsey Graham. She doesn't profess expertise in foreign affairs. Okay, got it. Then vote for Ralph Norman if you want, somebody different. What can I tell you? I don't know that, I don't know that would please the president at all there, Drax, because Ralph Norman supported Nikki Haley in his quest for the presidency, in her quest for the presidency. So, I mean, but at the same time, Ralph Norman has not been hostile to the president. So that's a good thing. Same time, though, look, Darlene Graham, okay, got it. I understand that there are folks who have concerns about her. I understand. I get it. And get out and vote for who you want.
And it's on the recording now. You all know out there where Taiwan is. So,
thank God.
Hannity ever puts you on the spot, you ever run into him, you can say, I remember I found it on the Fix. Drax showed us exactly where Taiwan is. Committed to memory, people.
I already knew where Taiwan was.
But a lot of people didn't, Kay. A lot of people. We have to educate. All right, man. 9 point. Moving on through. We got, let's see, kids in grocery stores. This was an issue in my newspaper this morning, a big question. If a kid goes into a store and, like little Drax probably used to, and like pokes holes in the milk and all that stuff, should the parents be responsible? Let's take a look.
Grava aí, menina. Grava aí, ó. Ó, grava aí, ó. Ó. Ó, ó. Ó, grava aí, ó. Ó, grava aí, ó. Ó, ó. Ó. Ó, sai fora. Mete o pé, mete o pé. Mete o pé. Aí, ó. Ó, ó.
I'm not a parent, but what do you do about that little
No. My children would not ever. My children would not. They get yanked by their shirt collar and taken outside and told what's what. We ain't gonna behave like that. That is a child who's been told
You can't
yes
do that
all
anymore,
their
okay?
life.
You can't
Never.
You can't do that anymore. Everybody down there, you'd whoop his ass, you'd beat his little punk ass. We all would like to, but you can't no more. It's in a grocery store.
Want to make a bet? Okay. No. All I'd have to do would be to raise an eyebrow, and my children would straighten up. To this day, there's not a chance my children
You
would
see,
behave
Malcolm
like that.
there, he couldn't get that kid under control.
Because he's been told, look, 0 to 5 are the most important years for any child, and you have to establish right then the boundaries. And there are some bright line boundaries. Look, that kid, no. He wouldn't last a weekend in my house.
Wow. Question for you all is this: do you guys know this friend at the party? Like
Yeah, that's Bert.
No, but then would you be this guy?
Attorney.
The friend that comes over and makes friends with your animals and goes sits with them.
Yes. Well, Leo makes friends with everybody.
Oh my goodness.
Leo makes friends with everybody.
Leo Winston's a good dog. Final story tonight. Putting the teaching the younger people communism again and what it really is. And a little bit of socialism, you know.
State of Florida, they're now teaching as part of the requirements, they're teaching the history of communism. Gotta love it.
This fall, the new curriculum will teach middle school students about the consequences of communist governments. Dana Marie McNichol is live from Naples, Florida with more. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Dana. Well, I'm here at Aubrey Rogers High School where teachers tell me that they have always taught communism, but for the first time they are required by law to teach a very specific curriculum. Now, the new standards spell out how teachers are expected to cover it. Starting in 6th grade each year, they will touch on different topics: the dangers of the Soviet Union, the Chinese Communist Revolution, North Korea, and the regimes of Cuba and Venezuela. Fox News obtained these new guidelines given to teachers. Many lessons point to the dangers of communism, including how socialism can lead to a communist regime rising to power. Now, Governor Ron DeSantis signed the legislation back in 2024, but the expanded curriculum created by the Florida Department of Education is debuting this year. The guidance is welcomed by teachers here. The social studies coordinator for the Collier County School District says the lessons help provide historical context.
It's allowed our students, our teachers, to focus in on specific events, specific people. It gives them guidelines to dig deeper into history and understand communism in a way that maybe other students may not.
Just last week, the Democrat Socialists of America publicly praised the Cuban communist dictator Fidel Castro. DeSantis fired back, saying the DSA may try to make Castro out to be a hero, but Florida students know better. I spoke to a senior whose family fled Cuba. She understands the consequences firsthand.
To be able to stop and appreciate your country and understand that what makes America so great, what makes us be able to say what we want and do what we want to an extent. That's something that not a lot of countries have.
And this
Well, Daly, they're finally waking up. You got to tell these kids about this stuff. I mean, I used to ask my dad, like, what is it, socialism? He goes, well, it's a great idea that ends at a bread line. And we left it at that.
Yeah. When they run out of other people's money, it's amazing what happens. They have not learned and they've not taught history right. If you talk to any young Gen Zer, they'll tell you that, and you saw that in one of the first clips we showed tonight. They don't know basics about civics or history or economics or any of it because they haven't taught it right. They've done all this DEI, sort of BS, and they've replaced history with that. About how awful America is, how rotten it is. So naturally, that generation will think that capitalism is the source of the problems. When capitalism has been the source of freedom and opportunity and more wealth building than any place in in the history of the world. In 250 short years, we have been the light of freedom and opportunity. If we weren't, would people be busting down our doors to get here?
Exactly.
No, they wouldn't. Now, freedom does come at a price. You also have to learn civics and economics and history and all of that. You have to be a responsible voting citizen. And I'm glad to see that the curriculum in this great state of Florida is going to actually require a history of communism. That's the way you fight it. And if they aren't offering it in your schools, in your kids' schools, teach it to them yourselves. Make it fun. Make it an adventure. They'll learn it if you make it fun.
There you go. Speaking of making it fun, me and Bodie will be participating in the Call of Duty's new one coming out, Call of the Muslim Warfare. Get your free bacon tracer pack if you order today.
Oh, my God.
Can't wait, Kay. It's almost Call of Duty season.
Of course it is.
Wow.
There's a season for it, is there? Okay.
Wow. Call of Duty season. You know that. Might be taking 3 months off. All right, rock and roll. Kay, your camera's kind of freezing up a little bit, so let's roll on out and pay the bills at least. That's right. Tuesday night at 10 p.m. EST, Joker's Wild, Smile, and Dial. Superhero Week, Tuesday at 10 p.m. with me, the badass Bodie, JB himself, and of course, the boss man, the Joker.
You sit bound by the laws of logic. Just beyond the horizon lies a frequency unseen, where the bizarre finds a voice. Footprints that vanish. Metallic craft gliding through skies. Whispers from shadow figures. Ghost steps in an empty corridor. Don't keep your secrets in the dark. Call in at Joker's Wild, Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern.
287-7284. Put it in your phone. We are open 1 hour after the show starts. You can call in and talk to us live right there on the show. It's a great show. Tuesday nights, Joker's Wild, Smile, and Dial. Right now. What's up?
Drax, I have a guest here on property who brought some tarot cards.
Oh, do you?
Oh,
Why
yes.
does that shock me? Why does that not shock me, Carrie? You guys going to use them tonight in the moonlight under the ocean?
No. I was thinking for your show on Tuesday, you'd be a great little guest. She also knows more about astrology than you can imagine.
Well, we'll have to take a look at that. All right, Joe, tonight, it's already on right now, but you guys know where to jump over and show your support to Joe Lanou and the Night Court crew. There's the badass show out there, the Grand Jury. Joe Lanou and the Night Court crew and the hit show, The Grand Jury. It's on right now. Also, check out their After Space where you find Jason and all the boys from Theater Response and Joe talking all about the show and what went on. Great place to be on Friday night. Sunday nights at 8 p.m. High Card Entertainment is the only action you want to see out there on X Spaces. Jump in there, request a song, and jam it out.
Stakes tonight, glamour so thick you can feel the light. Shots on the table, bottles on ice. We don't play fair, we play for life. Team High Card Entertainment, we own the night. No hesitation, Ace of Spades, our queens.
That's right, Sunday night at 8 p.m. EST. There's only one place to be. Jump into High Card Entertainment with Mr. Pixel. You got Gigi, Nathalia, the whole gang down there. It's a great place to go in there, tune into music, leave it in the comments, and they will get to your requests. 3dresponse.com, the multi-layer solution to keep those kids safe.
All our thoughts and prayers are with the people in Colorado.
His thoughts and prayers are with them.
Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their families.
My thoughts and my prayers.
Our thoughts and prayers are with the victims.
The thoughts and prayers.
That makes a difference. Thoughts and prayers make a difference.
This is not the first time. Our thoughts and prayers. Our thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts.
Our thoughts and prayers today are with the victims.
Our thoughts and prayers should obviously be with the 10 victims.
3dresponse.com. Rise above the debate, the multi-layer solution. Check out their website. Download that literature to hand out to your communities, your school boards, to keep those kids safe, and also support them through their badass merch. Thursday nights at 8 p.m., a fun place to be out there in X Spaces, Fact or Foolery, one of the hottest growing spaces. Jump in there and tell them a story, and then the crowd decides whether you're telling fact or a lie.
Raise your chin, take the floor. Fact or foolery, hit the score. Fact or foolery. Fact or foolery. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Fact or foolery. Fact or foolery. Fact or foolery. Judges take the floor.
That's right. You got Lisa, JB, and the Joker. Fact or Foolery, 8 p.m. Thursday nights. Me and DCK will be back. That's right, Monday at 8 p.m. EST to get your news served up straight with us right here at 8. Me and DCK, we're going to do a space tonight, I think, out there on X. So we'll probably be popping the space up about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So make sure you're looking for that while you follow me and DCK and turn on your notifications. Kay, that wraps up the week here. What a big week.
It does. The week went by fast, but there's more news that happens all the time. So this weekend, I don't expect to be a quiet one necessarily.
I think something might happen this weekend. Usually if we take a couple days off, that's when there's, something always goes down.
I know. Something always happens, right? Right, buddy? Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Without you, it would not be possible. There's plenty of X Spaces out there, but like we said, we'll be up in about an hour. If you can't be good, check out this clip from Phantom Mag as we roll on out of here. Find us on X Spaces later tonight, because we're bad.
You trying to look fresh to the next political rally?
You want to play rough? Okay.
E4 Luna Squad is on the loose. You don't want to be caught at the next rally looking all jacked up and all ate up now, do you?
Say hello to my little friend.
Well, get you some Anna Paulina Luna gear now if you want to look dressed right dressed.
Okay, come on up.
Order now while supplies last.